Hey y'all, so I want to share with y'all the similarities with massage therapy and energy healing. So, one of the things that I've come to realize is with energy healing, it's basically the voice of the spirit, right? The spirit is letting you know, hey, I done been through some things, and sometimes, Akashic records come through where it's like either the past of this lifetime that'll pop up because there's some things that need to be healed, or it'll be the past from a different lifetime that will pop up that needs to be healed, right? And it's only for the betterment of the spirit. And so when the spirit is better, the soul can easily elevate and get into high vibrational energy. And then, certain elements may be relieved because, it is a dis-ease in certain places of the body sometimes. So it's like once, those chakras get to flowing, then that's when, your energy is more better. You feel more lighter and things like that. So it's the same thing with the muscles in massage therapy. The muscles may have knots that are like, security guards. They're like, you can't get through, you know what I'm saying? You gotta apply pressure at the right place, you know what I'm saying? And it gotta be at the right time, and your attentions with the pressure has to be there in order to get through. The security guard's like, So it's like tight knots and stuff like that. Or even if you have like a hard infield and you're like, oh snap, like it's like, you can't get through. You gotta have the right, intentions with your movement and, to ease certain things out. And sometimes it may take time. It may reduce, you know what I'm saying? You might get your pinky toe in the door of the club, you know what I'm saying? But you can't get in. Security guard is the knot. So it's like, hey, you might get your foot in just a little bit, you know what I mean? But you can't just jump in the club. Like maybe you can start off, on the dance floor and stuff like that, but you can't get to VIP in the club, so like that, because the knots, it depends on the size of the knots, right? If it's a big knot, as VIP, right? And if it's not, then it's like small knots, and it's like, oh, okay, you may get in, but you ain't gonna go to VIP. You can get on the dance floor, so it's like, okay, I could dance, I could get this little knot out, you know what I mean? And it's like you set the right intention, you get those little knots, and then gradually over time you can get those big knots, right? The VIP section. And it's like once you get through with the body, it's like, okay, now I understand. And then it's like even with the muscles, the reason why those knots are there is because they hold a certain story to the body. It gives the body basically, a voice to say, hey, I've been through this trauma, I've been through that trauma, and that's why, the security guard is there. It's like, hold up, wait a minute. We done been through some stuff, all right? You can get in a little bit, you know what I mean? Depending on the trauma of those muscles. So it's like the same thing with energy. Depending on the trauma of the energy, it's like, that actually like it like basically just gives you an idea of like, hey, I done been through this, I'm gonna show you bits and pieces, and you may get like a little bit more depending on the flow, right? If I'm gonna allow that chakra to fully being activated, I may get to being open, right? But it's gonna take some time for those chakras to turn. Same thing with the muscles. It's gonna take some time for those muscles to roll out into flow because of certain traumas throughout the body's life, right? So it's like the voice of the vessel. And it's interesting because it's like, as I'm doing massages, I'm learning the stories that the body holds. It holds like so much in different details, right? Different crevices of the body, different joints, and even in the movements, right? It's like you don't move the same if there's certain, limited range of motions, but it's like sometimes, you know, you can adjust from going, you know, into like, okay, massage, and then you go into stretching, right? Because stretching is also part of massage therapy. So it's like, okay, now I gotta change it up a bit. You need more stretching, right? So my intentions has got to go into stretching and moving and stuff like that. Same thing with Reiki healing. It's like, okay, I may, you know, clear out the energy, you know, but, you know, what am I putting in? Like, what am I setting in? Am I setting in healing energy? Like, am I setting in, you know, space where I actually have to, like, move the energy and wiggle it a little bit for it to actually release, right? So it's the same thing. And, you know, there's one thing to clear out the energy, but sometimes the energy may need a little movement, right? Sometimes you got to get those chakras into activation. So, yeah, that's just something I've been thinking about today. But yeah, it's interesting how the body and the spirit can tell you somebody's story, right? And I'm a good listener, so I'm just like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Say less. I got you. But yeah, just wanted to share that with y'all.